We grew up with sculpture or carving per se. As children, the best thing for us would be to go to the factory. There were probably 50 people carving and polishing stone. It was quite a unique environment to grow up in. I had to go off and study something sensible. Dental technology was sort of a reasonable option. I did dental technology for 8 years, and within that I made gold crowns and porcelain crowns, and that entailed carving. And then I met Otto du Plessis from Bronze Age, and I walked into his foundry, and within, I think, about 15 seconds I was cured from dentistry and told him I'm starting to work here within a year. The thing that I realized I was good at was the technical side of casting. So I immediately built my own foundry and started casting and playing. I would go out and I'd pick little flowers and I'd make molds of them and cast them. That was something I didn't think about. I just did it. And soon I had a jewelry business. Fynbos was a whole new biome that I knew nothing of. And I'd go for walks in the mountain. There are lots of rules involved in that situation. I need very serious permission to harvest. I've got relationships with certain nurseries who will grow specific things for me. People are quite willing to sort of part with their nursery plants for this process. Usually I work with private landowners who'd open up a tract of land for me and say, I can harvest anything from that piece of land. If I'm going to extract a plant from earth, I'm going to make sure that there's enough of that plant available. I'm not going to pull out a singular plant if there are only 6 of them in that area. For me, it was a question of bringing what's in the mountain into a public space where it sort of distills a landscape into maybe a plant that occurs in that landscape. It definitely opens up people's eyes. I've had countless times where people just say they really, after seeing like a singular piece, they go out and they look for it. And with looking for that one piece, a lot else sort of appears for them. We make an array of sizes of molds, and these plaster of Paris molds then get baked in an oven. The plant matter burns out of the plaster of Paris mold, and so that mold holds the shape of the plant. And then we shoot metal, molten metal, into that cavity where the plant was. So the process is pretty straightforward. I know exactly where our limits are. There's lots of physics involved, there's chemistry involved. Someone recently walked in here and said, gosh, this looks more like an engineering workshop than an artist's studio. And that to me was the greatest compliment. I was like, yeah. All the pieces are unique. And I've often been asked if I make reproductions of the same piece, and no, I can't, because of the molding process. And also because I want to honor the plant. For me, it's a priority to cast endangered plants, to get hold of endangered plants. I've worked closely with Kirstenbosch to acquire cuttings of endangered plants. A little while ago, I was given a cutting of Erica, of which there were only 10 known plants. The rarer plants do carry something special about them. It's important to bring those plants into the public realm, to say, where people can actually look at them and not just know of them through a red list somewhere. It's just preserving the shape of plants. The work doesn't belong in a laboratory where you have a seed bank where you're going to save DNA, but you can save the shape, and you can save the shape of biodiversity for the future.